No, nena buena she. No, nena buena she. No, nena buena she. Oh, ae, oh, ae, oh, ae, oh, ae. Aho shinuwana, honata. Aho shinuwana. Hey, Walking Crow for the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine. And welcome to Fearless Friday. Fearless Friday. It's a little bit late. It's 8:30 here in Sedona, Arizona. It's 7:30 on the West Coast, and it's I believe it's 10:30 on the East Coast. And if you're in Texas, it's 9:30. Only makes sense. Anyway, so welcome to Fearless Friday. Again, Walking Crow for the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine. And so I'm on twice this week, and there's a reason for that. So something that's been happening with me, I am just like manifesting like nobody's business. I'm getting calls from organizations and outfits and clients and past clients and future, people who are future clients. And there's just a lot of stuff going on, and I'm happy. But at the same time that I'm manifesting, and I don't talk about it like it's going to happen. I'm talking about it like it's happening because it is happening. I have been working diligently for quite some time, and I planted the seeds back in spring, and I watered the seeds during the summer, and during the fall, when the leaves fell off, it was time for the harvest, and I collected and gathered the harvest, and I've gone into the den of winter direction, of the north direction, of wisdom direction, of rest direction, of our ancestors, all our relations. It's where we go when we cross over. Direction of the den, direction of earth, winter, rest, the den of the grizzly bear, the den of the bear. So I've gathered my abundance, and I'm manifesting, and I'm manifesting, and I'm manifesting. And a funny thing about that, I see well-meaning people. I see your posts. I don't read everybody's posts, but there are posts that catch my attention. And one of them caught my attention today by a friend of mine. And she was talking about how she's trying to manifest, and she's being she's trusting, but she's afraid. And those are two completely separate hemispheres. You cannot trust and be afraid in the same sentence. That is not manifesting. That's not living in faith. That's not walking by faith and not by sight. That's allowing the fear of insecurity, of low self-esteem, of a not well-rooted plant to not be allowed to grow, not to be allowed to be the plant. Are you or aren't you? There are no gray areas. There's an old saying that says, shit or get off the pot. There's a saying in the Bible that says, let your yes be yes and your no be no. Which is it? There's no shoulder shrug written in there anywhere. Either you are or you're not. And what I've learned, because I lived in low self-esteem or no self-esteem for the greater part of my life, no matter what I did and how big I did it, there was always an underlying level of self-esteem because I didn't believe in me. You didn't believe in me. Why would I? Why should I? I hope. But that changed because of the work that I do. Not because of the work that other people are doing, because of the work that Walking Crow has done. Anthony J. Rodriguez did a lot of work to become Walking Crow, to step through the veil and to receive the name and accept the name of Walking Crow and not care about what anybody thinks. I read another quote today about somebody else that I know who's always chasing, her total topic of conversation is about men. And it's like, you need to fix that problem. The problem isn't that you need a man. The problem is you need you, and you don't know how to fix you, so you don't fix you, and you continue in the same pattern. You know what they call that? They call that insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result, is insanity. Are you insane? Or are you just living in your low or no self-esteem? Or are you living, or an unrooted plant? Are your roots exposed? Have your roots been washed? Has the dirt been washed out that your roots are not sunken down into the earth and connecting to the energies of Mother Earth? Are your branches wilting? Or do you extend your branches into the heavens and allow the birds of the air to nest in your branches and eat of your fruit? I have plenty of fruit to offer the world. I have plenty of fruit to offer those because I have planted the seeds. I have done the due diligence. I have grown my abundance and my bounty, and I manifest daily. I manifest daily. Today, yesterday, in the last few days, a lot of you have been seeing, if you're on seen my page at all, a lot of quotes. I am quoting like crazy, and something that started happening quite some time ago. I would get up in the morning and I'd go make my coffee and go right back to bed, go back to get a cup of coffee and go right back and sit. I would sit quietly in my bed. And sometimes I would sit there for 2 or 3 hours. Sometimes I would get up at 6, but I'd be sit in the bed till 10 o'clock in the morning. And what's happening when I'm there is the guides are talking to me and giving me all these quotes that you folks see on Facebook. You see the quotes with a picture of me or a picture of something, a pic that I've taken or something, but you all see that and experience that. And quite a few years ago, a friend of mine from sobriety, my friend Deborah, said to me, Anthony, how come you always quote yourself? Well, laziness quotes everybody else. Lack of creativity quotes everybody else. Socrates had something to say. Plato had something to say. John F. Kennedy had something to say. Martin Luther King had something to say. Walking Crow has something to say. I have a voice and I use it. They tried to take my voice as a younger person, as a child. Shut up, go outside, be quiet, go outside. Nobody wants to hear. Children should be seen and not heard. And I have to say thank you to all those teachers and police and parents and uncles and aunts and cousins, everybody who ever told me to be quiet. I have to thank you because I overcame that. I overcame what was overwhelming to me when I couldn't speak and I couldn't find the words because I didn't have any heart. I didn't have any fire, fuego. I can, I will, I do, I am. I didn't have any esteem. And I am esteemed in my present state right here, right now. And you guys see it every day. I mean, I turn this camera on every chance I get, and I just, bam, start talking like it's something normal and not something natural. It wasn't normal and natural when I first started doing it, but it's normal and natural now because I have manifested it. I created the transformational sacred drum medicine. I created Walking Crow because I was willing to be in the doing and not in the thinking and the wishing and I have an idea. No, I have always been and am in the doing. Are you in the doing? Are you in the doing? Do you want to be in the doing? Or are you too afraid of what mom's going to say or what dad's going to say or what your bitch sisters are going to say or your brother or your uncles or whoever, your boyfriend, your wife, your husband, whoever that is in your life, whoever it was that helps you apply your low self-esteem or no self-esteem. Who is it in your life that does that? And you will let them do that. And we let them do that because we don't know how to counter that. We don't know how to be supported. I can tell you, if you were standing in front of me and I was reading your subtle energy of your body, I can tell you whether you've had support in your life or not. As soon as I put my hand near you, I already know. I can see it. And I will call it out and I will start to pull the thread of your sweater by asking you questions about your life. And then the tears come because the fears come because the anger's there and the anger's covered by hurt and the hurt is covered by anger and we don't know what to do with it. But what do you do with it? You allow me to walk you through the hurt and the pain. And I don't judge your tears, and I don't judge your fears, and I don't judge your hurts, and I don't judge the anger. What I want to do is help you transcend those things. And it takes time. It doesn't happen in a session. It doesn't happen in 4 sessions. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't. It happens with longevity, with time, with willingness. And are you willing to change something about your life that you haven't been able to change before? Oh, oh, oh. How many of you suffer from problems in your neck, your teeth, your mouth? How many of you suffer from lower backaches? You know, you have lower backaches, and I can tell you, anybody with a lower backache who has issues in that place is not supported by their family and others. They've never felt supported, or they haven't had the esteem where they could ask for support. You know, people who smoke cigarettes, I talk about this all the time. People who smoke cigarettes and are always trying to quit. There's a secret to letting go of the smoking permanently. And the secret is asking somebody, will you be my friend? Will you love me? Do you have a minute? Can I bend your ear? You want to take a walk? Or expressing, I love you, I want to love you, I want to like you, would you go out with me? You know, asking questions of people that you care about. And when you feel rejected, we don't know how to deal with the rejection of not being loved or not being able to ask these questions. We smoke a cigarette and it fills our lungs to capacity. It's a temporary relief, and then it leaves, and then there's no more relief, and you have to do it again. But when you start to come into your voice and talk to people and express how you feel, regardless of what the fear of what they might say, you will possibly be pleasantly surprised by a different response from that person if you're willing to be honest and trusting. Being honest and trusting supersedes the fear. Because like I said, those are in 2 separate hemispheres. Hemisphere. It's funny how that came out. Anyways, I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. It's a Friday night. It's a Fearless Friday. You know, if you need help, or if these videos help you, because I get a lot of responses about, I needed to hear this from you, Anthony. I want this just in time. I was feeling whatever. I'm going to ask you, if my videos help you, or if I talk to you on the phone and we have a conversation or a text or messaging or a video conference, and you feel like it helps you, I'm going to ask you to do something. I'm going to ask you to make a donation to me via Venmo or via PayPal. And it's an exchange of energies, and it's an offering, because I don't ask anybody for anything unless they call me as a client. But I'm going to ask you. So what you're doing is investing in yourself. What you're doing is investing in your faith. What you're doing is investing in your truth. Investing in how not to live in your fear or your anger or your hurt or your shame. Are you willing? Are you willing to give yourself something more than you've been giving yourself? I am willing. I have always been willing. And I have overcome. I quoted today, something about the overwhelming is the overcoming. My overwhelming is my overcoming. And I have overcome the overwhelming time and time and time again. Anyways, I want to thank everybody. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Walking Crow is going to be driving down to Nogales, Mexico tomorrow. I've been to Mexico for years, but I have to cross the border to do some business and come back. And, you know, the business of eating tacos, I don't know. Anyways, hope everybody has a great weekend. And if you feel you need to reach out to me, you can reach out to me at you can reach out to me at walkingcrow@sacreddrummedicine.com or Anthony@sacreddrummedicine.com, or you can call me at area code 818-442-1717, or you can go to my website and you can reach out to me through my website at sacreddrummedicine.com. All right? All right, so I'm going to sing us out. And No Nina Wena She, No Nina Wena She, No Nina Wena She, the song that I open with, asks the question, when will you wake up? 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 I have awakened, and I am alive and awake. And being alive and awake is sometimes painful. You know what I'm talking about. Oh. So I'm going to sing us out with OIA, OIA, OIA. OIA, 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 OIA means I am joy, I am love, I am spirit, and I am light. Oh. And each one of you is joy. Each one of you is love. Each one of you is spirit, and each one of you is light. And as a common unity of the community and in community, we are joy. We are love. We are spirit, and we are light. Oh, oh, oh. Blessings, everybody. Have a beautiful weekend. Walking Crow for the Transformational Sacred.